Dear students, as usual we will continue our next topic of first unit in the physiology. In last time we have seen the structure of neuron, that is somatic or soma. Then it has dendrites, central elongated axon, and again axon endings. In this way the nerve passes the impulses from dendrites to the axon. Now in second topic of first unit, that is resting membrane potential, we will see in details about resting membrane potential. First of all, we will see what the definition is, or what the meaning of resting membrane potential is. The resting membrane potential is a result of different concentrations inside and outside the cells. In each and every cell, naturally, the biochemical elements are always there, and they perform all the physiological activities related to that particular cells. Now here in nerve cells, especially, we see that how the potential activities are carried out. Especially potassium, we can call it as a K plus ions, and sodium, that is Na plus ions, they plays a key role in the membrane. Here in a small figure you can see that this is the structure of membrane. In each cell the membrane is either bilayer or trilayer model. Generally in bilayer model, proteins and lipids are always there, and in that membrane, either outside or inside, in that membrane the biochemical elements or ions, how does they play the role of activities which is carried out inside and outside the cells. So in a resting membrane potential, whenever the cells are in rest or the animal or tissues are in rest, this the natural activity is that the potassium ions inside and outside moves continuously as per the requirement of the equilibrium or balancing of the biochemical elements. Now the electrostatic force outside and inside can be calculated in millivolts, and generally in inside minus 65 millivolt is the electrostatic force, or we can say millivolt, and the force of diffusion which facilitate the activity of movement of ions from the concentration either low or high. In the next we will see that the difference in number of positively charged potassium ions, that is K plus ions, inside and outside the cell perform all the activities, and if the balance is irregulated or imbalanced, then it dominates the activities of resting membrane potential. Furthermore, we will see that a neuron at rest is negatively charged. Whenever there is no activity, these are mostly negatively charged. As usual, we have seen in next. This one in first slide we have seen that it is negatively charged when the cell or its membrane is in a resting position. The inside of the cell is approximately 70 millivolts generally at the rest, and more negative than the outside, that is minus 17 millivolts. One more thing, note that this number varies as per the activity of neuron type or activity of the neurons in spatial incidences or instances, and this voltage is called as resting membrane potential. Generally we can call it as the potentiality of the membrane, that can be calculated in millivolts, and the amount of potassium plus and potassium movement ions in and out of the membrane. The resting membrane potential is generally caused by differences in the concentrations of ions either inside or outside of the cells. Generally it maintains the equilibrium, and this also depends on the permeability of the ions. either ions are permeable or not, either ions are free or in conjugated with something else, because there are so many elements in the cell and these ions may found in association with any other biochemical elements, and each of these ions would flow across the membranes and reach to the equilibrium. They try to maintain the balance, that is equilibrium level. If level is in equilibrium position, then the resting membrane potential is okay or standard. Otherwise, it shows any unavoidable changes. Because ions cannot simply cross the membranes at will. There are different concentrations of several ions inside and outside cell, which facilitate to the movement of potassium ions, either outside or inside the membrane. The human organism is composed of multiple cells, all of them with different components and therefore with different resting membrane potentials. As the cell types varies, the membrane potential varies. Some of these cells are excitable, means they show exciting movements as the response or sensation they receive. Example, neurons or muscle fibers. These are very sensitive and shows very exciting activity in stimulation. During excitation, these cells generate action potential. This is also a new concept for you. Action potential is also an activity which is carried out at the membrane of these excitable cells generally, and also plays a key role in movement of ions and chemical materials inside and outside the membrane. But this action potential is generated only then when the external stimulus is received to these cells and causing its membrane depolarization. Now, what is the polarization and depolarization, that we will see in our next topic. I will explain it. But until the activity of action potential is not carried out positively, this activity is regulated by maintaining the ions. The resting membrane potential is due to changes in membrane permeability. Generally, the membranes are permeable or impermeable or semi-permeable. It depends on the type of cells or tissues. But the membrane permeability for potassium, sodium, calcium and chloride, these are the four very important elements in each and every cell of the human body or in all animals, but particularly in nerve cells. These four elements or these four potassium, sodium, calcium and chloride plays a very key role, and they facilitate the activities of the resting membrane potential and its role. These cells or these chemicals moves through the membrane, and the polarization or depolarization is facilitated. As they move or the ions moves across it, the membrane is polarized. It acquires a voltage, which is the difference of potentials between intra and extracellular spaces. Some characteristics regarding the resting membrane potential are to be discussed here, because the activity of resting membrane potential is not only carried out but as the activity of the animal which are present in that specific animal body depends on its role. The unequal distribution of ions on both sides of the membranes causes imbalance, and the resting membrane potential is naturally affected. Second, the voltage difference of quiescent cells. the voltage inside and outside is changed or altered due to quiescence, which is nothing but the reversible state of the cell. Example, the cells include stem cells, progenitor cells, fibroblast cells, lymphocytes, hepatocytes in liver, and some epithelial cells are also, because these are maintaining their resting membrane potential as per the availability of the ions and the voltage difference in the cells. The exact number of quiescent cells in the body is not well characterized, but especially in nerve cells, this is to be maintained by these positive and negative ions. Generally, we call it as the cations and anions. The membrane potential that would be maintained if there weren't any stimuli or conducting impulses across it, means the membrane potential results unless and until there is no stimulus. Then resting membrane potential is determined by the concentrations of ion on both sides of the membrane. A negative value, which means that there is an excess of negative charges inside of the cells compared to the outside. Then much depend on intracellular potassium. Intracellular potassium level is very important, and this level is maintained as the membrane permeability to potassium ions. Generally, that is about 100 times higher than that of the sodium, and therefore potassium plays a very important role in maintaining the resting membrane potential. Now we will see the whole diagram in detail about the potassium and sodium movements along with chloride ions, which are negatively charged, because potassium and sodium are positively charged ions. Now in this diagram or in this figure, we say that voltage gated ion channels. Actually, there is an electrostatic force and voltage generally created in our membrane. Therefore, we call it as the voltage gated ion channels open in response to changes in membrane voltage. After activation, they become inactivated for a brief period and will no longer open in response to a signal. This is the membrane. This membrane have its internal structure. In this membrane, there are ion gated channels. Naturally, very micro channels are there through which the ions are moving in and out as per the requirement of the material or action, or we can say as per the response of the stimulus. We have seen here that activation is being carried out as there is a response to the, or we can say signal of response to the cell. This is the inside of the cell, this is the outside of the cell, this is potassium, this is sodium, and this is chloride ions. Then these ions are moving as per the force which changes inside and outside, either force of diffusion or electrostatic force, which causes the balance of the or equilibrium of the membrane. In spite of these protein molecules also play a key role to facilitate or to create the gateway, or we can say voltage gated ion channels. In forming these, they play a key role, and during that activity of resting membrane potential, while moving the sodium and potassium, by moving these 3 sodium and 2 potassium pump action, it plays a, therefore sodium are here larger and potassium is smaller. Here is positive, here is negative charge. As they move outside, the charge is naturally get changes. How it is so? It charge changes means the activity changes, the role changes, the balancing changes, and therefore these are the different charges to the particular ions. Next, the resting membrane potential producing and maintaining by these ions, generally called as Donan effect. This Donan scientists have found out, therefore we call it as the Donan effect, and this is described as a large impermeable negatively charged intracellular molecules which are attracting positively charged ions, example sodium and potassium, and repelling the negative ones or negative charged ions, that is chloride ions. So this is the balancing or equilibrium facilitated by membrane. So membrane selectivity is the difference of permeabilities between different ions. Means as the ion changes, their role changes, their activity changes, and particularly the resting membrane potential is changes. Now the next topic, in second topic we can call it as a subtopic, is active transport. These ions are moving inside and outside, therefore mostly we call it as a sodium potassium pump, and this activity is facilitated in presence of the energy, that is called as adenosine triphosphate. Therefore this is called as sodium potassium ATPase pump. ATP is the energy which gives for the movement of these molecules, and totally the action potential is activated. So active transport is the mediated process of moving particles across a biological membrane against the concentration gradient. Now one more thing to be known here is the concentration gradient. Because these ions are moving inside and outside, if the maximum ions are towards one side, so they aggregate and change the gradient of the concentration. Therefore this balance of ions, if burdens at one side or if lowers the another side, we can generally know it as a concentration gradient, and that should be maintained, that cell maintain naturally, and that should be maintained by the movement of these ions or potassium sodium pump. The primary active transport is carried out in the membrane if it spends energy. This ATP is the energy rich compound, and this is the energy received by received from ATP to the sodium and potassium, or ultimately we can call it as to the membrane. This is how the sodium potassium ATPase pump functions. Secondary active transport, if it involves an electrochemical gradient. Here is the concentration gradient, here is the electrochemical gradient. This is not involved in maintaining resting membrane potential. Means this is the general movement. This is the required movement as per the activity of the cell. Ion affection of resting membrane potential is to be studied from the resting membrane potential activity. Generally this is being facilitated by the movement of ions either by diffusion or active transport. Then RMP or resting membrane potential is created by the distribution of ions and its diffusion across the membrane. Diffusion is the direct movement from the semi-permeable membrane. Potassium ions are important for resting membrane potential because its active transport, means whenever energy is needed for the transport of ions, this is called as active transport. And if energy is not needed, if it transport directly as per the role and structure of ions, then it is passive transport. Active transport, which increases more its concentration inside the cell. However, the potassium selective ion channels are always open and producing an accumulation of negative charge inside the cells. Its outward movement is due to random molecular motion and continues until enough excess negative charge accumulates inside the cell to form a membrane potential. So this is the basic activity in which ion affection of resting membrane potential is being studied.